Time now is 7:45 this morning. Political analyst Mark Curtis finds himself in a polling place in Mountain House. It's a small community near Tracy. Good morning, Mark.
Ross, good morning.
Why have you chosen Mountain House to be this morning?
Well, San Joaquin County is an interesting example of voting patterns, potential voting patterns in the United States, Russ. San Joaquin County has the 13th highest foreclosure rate in the nation on homes with delinquent loans. And, of course, that has become a big issue. It has rocketed to the top of the issues nationwide of the economy now surpassing the war in Iraq in terms of voter interest. So with all the foreclosures in San Joaquin County, former President Bill Clinton was here in Stockton yesterday talking about his wife's Hillary's plan to bail out people in danger of losing their homes.
What kind of turnout is there in Mountain House, and do you think it's pretty much representative of what's happening on this Super Tuesday?
Well, it's very interesting. We had a rush right at 7 o'clock. I would say close to 40 people have voted here already. Mountain House is a commuter community. A lot of people drive over the Altamont Pass to work in the Bay Area, or they drive to Stockton and Modesto to work. There's really not much industry or business here. This is, a bedroom community. So they tell us there's going to be a big rush this morning before people go to work, and there'll be a big rush tonight when people are coming home from work before the polls close.
Is it possible that today we're going to learn who the Republican nominee is?
It's really, there's a slight possibility, but probably not. John McCain would have to basically run the table and win every delegate in the United States to win the nomination. What we may get on the Republican side is a clearer indication of who the nominee might be. Today is the day that people are going to gain momentum in both the Democratic and Republican primaries. I think we'll see tomorrow morning a candidate that's a definite front runner on both sides, gaining momentum and traction, but we will not have any nominees on either side.
Yeah, we're hearing that Mitt Romney, he went away from the state to do more campaigning. Then I guess his popularity took a surge in the polls, and he came back yesterday down to, where was he, in Long Beach? For a rally late yesterday.
Look, he flew in very late last night for a last-minute rally in Long Beach. Long Beach borders Orange County, which is one of the Republican strongholds in California, near San Diego County, another Republican stronghold. Yes, the poll numbers for Mitt Romney and John McCain have tightened in recent days, and Romney spent much of yesterday in his home state of Massachusetts and surrounding states trying to sew up, delegates in his own backyard, but he took one last shot at California last night. It will be interesting to see how he fares.
Now, what is happening between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama is a little more complicated.
It is, but there's only two left, so the possibility of a brokered convention on the Democratic side is much less possible than the Republicans, who still have three viable candidates. I'll have to tell you something very interesting happened yesterday when I saw Bill Clinton speak in Stockton. He was pilloried by a lot of people for really saying a lot of negative things about Barack Obama and really being kind of the bad cop of the Clinton campaign. Not once in that 30-minute speech yesterday did the words Barack Obama pass over Bill Clinton's lips. He was very much like the Bill Clinton of 1992, being very empathetic with people about losing their homes, being very empathetic with people about not having health insurance. And so it was a very interesting contrast to the Bill Clinton we saw in South Carolina and in New Hampshire, where he was really on the attack against Barack Obama, and Clinton took a real beating from party leaders, especially the Kennedys, over his behavior. So he has really toned it down.
Let's talk about what happened Sunday when Oprah Winfrey and Caroline Kennedy and all were on stage down in Los Angeles, and Maria Shriver surprises everybody, comes and gives her endorsement to Barack Obama, which, gave him a real kick in the pants, you might say.
Well, let's see what the exit polls show tonight, because historically, celebrity endorsements usually mean very little, but that's not always the case. You go back to 2004, speaking of the Shriver-Schwarzenegger family, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who went to Ohio. That was the only place he campaigned for George W. Bush for re-election. Arnold Schwarzenegger is very popular in Ohio. He started the Arnold Arnold Classic, which is essentially the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. It brings a lot of visitors, a lot of money into Ohio, and in a very tight race in Ohio that may have given Bush enough votes for a victory. So I would say celebrity endorsements tend to only matter in very tight races. And, you know, as you've seen with the recent polls in California, Obama and Clinton tightening up the endorsement of Maria Shriver, Oprah, and the Kennedys and some others may make a slight difference. But again, when you're talking 1 or 2 percentage points between the candidates, that could be the winning difference.
Well, enjoy yourself there in Mountain House today, sir.
Thank you, Ross.
All right, thank you, Mark. Time now is 7:50. Let's get back to the desk.